Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy last day of the month. It is July 31st. It is a gorgeous day. It is a wonderful day to be here and still waiting on the text to go out. So this is perfect to go in with today's conversation because I will be chatting about funnels and how to create $100 per day funnel. And part of that is text messaging, text funnels. It goes with the kind of automated process. So I'm still playing around with this new software that I have. It can send text messages, but for some reason, it just doesn't send them as quick as the other one. The other one sends them, they go out. So far, this one has sent 95 out of 4,200. So we shall see. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. If this is your first time here, please tell me your name and where you are joining me from. Couple of announcements. Funnel to Freedom is open for enrollment right now. It is on sale. We have special pricing on it when you go to latisha.tv/F2F. I finally created a short link for it today. So if you go to latisha.tv/F, the number 2, and then F, you will be able to go directly to Funnel to Freedom, check it out, and get all of the details. This program is designed to help you to create that automated income. So I know we just finished Passive Income Summer School, so you might be thinking, how is it different? Hey, LaTisha, the difference between Funnel to Freedom and Passive Income Summer School is Passive Income Summer School focused more on actually creating the offer. And then we talked about the simple basic funnel right there at the end. With Funnel to Freedom, I'm only talking about funnels. So we're talking about, setting up the actual landing page. So how do you do it on your website? If you're going to do it on your website, upsell funnels, email funnels, payment funnels, Facebook, Instagram ad funnels, text funnels. I do a walkthrough of the funnel automation process, and I even give you a marketing plan for your funnel. So I'm going to be actually walking through the program a little bit more on today's call. Hi, Trina. Glad to have you. And the reason that I'll be doing that is because I'm pretty sure I just did this topic. I'm the one who creates my topic, so I have no one else to blame other than myself. But the topic of how to create $100 per day, I think I did like how to create $100 per day passive income. Like it's been done, right? It's been done. However, I decided to do a little bit of a switch up today. Okay. And I'm going to walk you through Funnel to Freedom because I was like, how can I make this different from what I've already shared since I'm the one who came up with the topic? And I'll even go back to the marketing calendar. I'm pretty sure I don't know that I did it on a live stream though. I think that's what happened because I have my live streams planned out ahead of time and I have the marketing calendar, and then I'll look at the marketing calendar to see, okay, what did we actually do in the past? And I don't have this topic there, but I think I did a pre-recorded YouTube video on it. So that is all good. Okay, let me go into hello. Glad to have you here. All right. So my name is LaTisha Styles. I'm a mentor for high achievers. I'm known for creating 6- and 7-figure earners by helping clients identify and dissolve subconscious blocks that are preventing them from unlocking their full potential. My clients are known for using my strategies to generate 18K in 2 weeks, 10K in 10 days, 95K in 12 months, among other results. And that's why you are here today, right? To get on the path to getting some of those results for yourself. You're in the right place. I broadcast every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern for free, I might add. So for the comments that are coming in that are like, hurry up and get to the point, these are all free. You're welcome. I teach on manifesting your own version of a lavish life, and that means declaring what you want, being open to receive it, and standing firm in your power to create it. When you learn this, you'll be able to do exactly what I did, create cash on demand, transform your finances, your love life, and even your body. If you want notifications when I go live, just subscribe and click the bell. If you've made a purchase already, you're on my text list and you will get a text when I'm live. You'll also get access to secret flash sales and special offers. yes, it pays to be a buyer. If you are outside of the US, go to latisha.tv/free, download any of my free trainings, PDFs, or guides, and you are in there like swimwear. I actually just added a new free training to that page. So if you haven't been there and you're already on the email list, like check it out often, because I cycle through different free things. And then as I'm going through my archives and even in my Google Drive, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I even had this. And I'll create like a little page and provide a way for you to get it. All it requires is your name and email address. Okay. I believe that you can create your life, but first you have to decide, because your dreams deserve your decision and you deserve to achieve your dreams, but only if you decide to do whatever it takes to get them. So with that said, let's hop right into today's topic. In case you're wondering, the money in that image is not real. But it looks pretty cool, right? So the story behind that is I connected with one of my favorite photographers, Marcus D. Porter of marcusdporter.com, Marcus D. Porter Studios. And I told him we were going to do a branding shoot. So we decided to, connect. We did that shoot here in Atlanta. Actually, I rented an Airbnb and we just shot in it for the day. Hey, Gracie, glad to have you. And he brought all sorts of props. And one of the props that he brought was like this big stack of money and like this, fake like money you can buy on Amazon. And so we did all sorts of stuff with it. So all those photos where you see where I'm like holding the money like this and like looking like that and doing all those, that's all him. So get a great photographer, because they'll have ideas that sometimes you never would have thought of. Okay. And also, why would I take out that much cash anyway? Even if I did have it all in my bank account, I don't even know how much cash that was. All right. So what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek. So get excited. For those of you who don't have Funnel to Freedom, some of you already have Funnel to Freedom. For those of you who don't have Funnel to Freedom, this is going to be very, very, very exciting. So essentially what I'm about to do is I'm about to share with you, here it is. I'm about to share with you just a little bit of a sneak peek in Funnel to Freedom. And then we'll start talking about the $100 per day funnel as these text messages continue to go out. I'm looking at the bulk action. So that means I need to send it. I can't send it like right at 12. I have to send it at 11:55 maybe, because now 1,700 of the texts have gone out, but there's still 2,000 left. So I have been getting the responses back from you guys that are like, hey, I'm just now getting the text, or I got the text a couple hours later. It's a new system. I'm working with it. It doesn't cost as much as the old system. And sometimes the statement of you get what you pay for is absolutely true. So I'm trying to make it work, because honestly, like that's really all I use the text for, is to remind you guys of the live streams. And then also when there's a sale or a flash sale. I don't send texts all the time. So it didn't really make sense for me to pay for the other software, since it was so much, if this software was less expensive. But if it doesn't do what I want it to do, then it kind of defeats the purpose, right? Yeah, great photographers are awesome. Okay, cool. So I am going to run you through a little bit of Funnel to Freedom and why I even decided to create a program called Funnel to Freedom, and even the name of it. So the reason that it's called Funnel to Freedom is because sales funnels are what allow me to create freedom in my life, create freedom in my business. So I did a little, this is LaTisha thing. LaTisha works from home. This is my office. Okay. LaTisha earns multiple 5 figures each month. LaTisha works 3 days per week, around 4 to 5 hours per day. It's very true. My working days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And those are the days that I do like my coaching calls. Thursday is my self-care day, where there's like no business stuff allowed. And then Friday is typically if I'm like cleaning stuff up here and there, but I don't do a whole lot of work on Friday. And then obviously Saturday and Sunday, I'm off as well, with the exception of these trainings. So, if we were to really like, 5 days a week, I'm probably touching my business, but it's just for maybe a couple of hours here and there. Okay. And the reason that this is important is because of who I am. Like, I identify as an introvert. I'm an introvert. I like my me time. I really love being able to look at my calendar and there's nothing booked, because then I get to decide what I want to do that day. Okay. And if you're the same way, then you're probably like, how do I get funnels to work? Right. Oh, awesome. Nancy says, I'm building my mini course based on passive income school. Yeah. So this is going to be perfect for you. Perfect timing. Okay. I used to spend all day on sales calls. So I did create a process where calls came into me. People started booking on my calendar, and I would open up my calendar for the day, and it was sales calls. And that's fine. That works. It works for some people. I didn't like looking at my calendar and having sales calls. Like, sometimes I would like dread the call to the point where I was like, I hope they no show. And that's not really what you want, right? You don't want to book calls and then, you're getting to the point where now you're hoping that people don't show up for their call. Like, what's the point in that, right? I used to create live stream series that would drain me. So I would do like a 30-day live stream series, or 20, I think I did a 21-day thing before. And it's like, at the end of it, I was just so drained, but I thought that's what I had to do. Okay. LaTisha thought she would have to quit her business and start selling widgets. I guess that's the idea of like getting a job. But LaTisha is stubborn. So she decided to find a way to make sales, the least introvert energy needed. I was once told that I couldn't create a business without sales calls, without quote unquote getting out there. But that's exactly what I did. And so I call this funnel to freedom because it was understanding sales funnels that allowed me to finally leave the 9-to-5 world and create a full-time income for myself. And more importantly, I was able to do it while leaning into my introvert nature. Okay. So I'm not going to go into the rest of the training because this is a program that is for sale. It's not actually free. But what I do want to share with you, and as I just wanted to kind of share the start of that and kind of walk you through the importance of understanding funnels. Okay. So part of the training walks you through this funnel to freedom marketing business plan. And it takes you through the two main funnels. And these are the funnels that I help my clients set up. The first is the webinar funnel, and the second is called an upsell funnel. Okay. So with the webinar funnel is the base of your coaching business. Okay. Let me turn this off for a second so we can kind of have a chat about this. Okay. The webinar funnel is the base of your coaching business. It's as simple as creating a video, a training explaining who you are, what you do, why it's important, who your ideal client is, why they should work with you. Like, there's a couple of different elements in there. The webinar version that I teach is called the anti-webinar. It's essentially a formula. Like, we just go in and plug things in each part. I'm like, okay, let's put this in your credibility section. Let's hit this for the commitment section. Let's hit this for the why now, why them, awesome, sucked out, the call to action, and all the other ones I can't remember off the top of my head. But like, there's a formula, and it's like, now when I want to write a webinar, I literally just pull that formula up and I start filling in each section. Okay. Sorry, I see comments. Hey, Rebecca. And no, yeah, Dion, you're not alone. A lot of people, like a lot of introverts, are not like big on doing, like, we don't get excited if we see a bunch of calls scheduled. So like those ads that are like, hey, we're going to get your calendar packed out. For me, I'm like, oh, I don't want that. I want an empty calendar, right? And passive income. So this is what I do, and this is what I teach. So the webinar funnel is the base of your business. So when we're talking about, obviously the title of this is how to create $100 per day funnel. You might be thinking, okay, low ticket, but before we even get there, like, we're not even setting up a low ticket offer until we have our high ticket offer in place. Your low ticket offer is not going to be your bread and butter. It's also not what provides the biggest impact for your potential clients. It is a It's simply a way for you to pay for your ad spend. That's really all it is. And it's an opportunity for you to figure out who is your most potentially active buyer or your person who's like ready to get started right now. So there's a lot of other things that it provides for you. But as far as like a living wage, that's not really what it's for. And so, a lot of times you'll see other coaches who say, you shouldn't sell a low ticket offer. You're only selling a low ticket offer because you're scared of selling a high ticket offer. And, that's great for them. It's great for their marketing. But I want to say, like, I've been there and I've done that, right? There was a coach who said the same thing to me when I was first getting started. And they were like, hey, you don't need to sell low ticket. We're going to show you how to sell high ticket. And you're going to make $70,000 a month or whatever your number is. And for me, it was 70,000. And I was like, okay, great. And I started doing it. And their process was create your high ticket offer, then use ads to get people booked on your calendar. And I was blowing through so much money and I wasn't making money yet in the business. And I couldn't, like, it wouldn't connect. Like the expenses were here and the revenue was here. And I'm looking like I'm going to go out of business. I don't have an unlimited ad budget. And so that's why I think it's easy for someone who is already making money to tell you that all you need is a high ticket offer. It's it's a little bit holier than thou, to be honest. And the reason is, if you're just getting started and you're bootstrapping your business and you're not taking out, you don't have like all these business loans or unlimited budget, when you get going and you first start getting the ball rolling, you're going to need to be able to put money into your business. And if you don't have any coming in, you need a strategy that's going to bring money in as you're putting money out. It's more of like a building a ladder on the way down strategy versus let's just jump out of the plane and like wait for all the clients to book. And then here I'm caught. I'm great. Right. So I would rather not teach you that, because that's not what I do. And it's not what I did. And it's not what allowed me to create a successful business. Right. Been there, done that. So what allowed me to create a successful business was learning how to put funnels in place so that I was spending money on ads. I would get money back so I could keep growing the ad budget. I started at $12 a day. Then I moved to $24 a day. Then I jumped to $100 a day. All the while, I'm making $12 a day. I'm making $24 a day. I'm making $100 a day. Then I jumped to, actually did a huge leap. I jumped to 200. So I think I doubled it again. So then I'm still making $200 a day. And then I bumped it to 500. It's at 550 right now. So I bumped it to 550 a day and I'm still making 550 a day. So that's the key. And when you can do that, and that's what this $100 per day funnel looks like, when you can do that, now you're not wasting money because you're spending money to grow your email list, to grow your audience and grow your influence. And now you have this huge base of potential clients to choose from. Now you have the freedom and liberty to say, I'm going to email my list and tell them that I have calls open to be booked, or I'm going to email my list and say, hey, we're selling this course, or I'm going to email my list and say, hey, we're having this live event, because now you have a list. Before you didn't have a list. And so you're looking at all of these other people who are like, just sell high ticket, but who are you selling your high ticket to if you don't have a list? You can maybe sell it once or twice to your network connections, but you're not connected to 18,000 people who you can just send an email to or send a text to. I can guarantee you that. And so that's why it sort of frustrates me a little bit when it's convenient for that person to teach you their marketing strategies that are really not meant for the person who's viewing the ad or looking at the ad or looking at the content. Because the person who's looking at the ad and looking at the content is typically a beginner. And this is someone who doesn't necessarily have a list, who doesn't even know what a funnel is, who's still not quite clear or confident on their ideal client and who they are and who they reach and why that's important for them. And so that strategy, which is here at this level, doesn't necessarily make sense for you here at this level, right? It feels good to think that it might work for you, but unfortunately, the truth of it is, and I'm just laying it bare here, The truth of it is that percentages matter in marketing. There's a certain percentage of people that are going to say no, and there are a certain percentage of people who are going to say yes. At a high ticket level, there's a certain percentage of people who are going to say yes, and it's actually smaller than the percentage of people who are going to say yes at a low ticket level. Okay. No, it's not the same amount of effort to sell high ticket as it is to sell low ticket. It's not. The decision that someone has to make to purchase something for $7 is different than the decision they have to make to purchase something for $7,000. Sorry to tell you. There's two different things going on there. There's different wording and different messaging that you're using for your $7,000 offer versus a $7 offer. Okay. And this is what I talk about in the Become a High Ticket Coach program. There's a reason that I sell so many courses versus bringing everyone into a high ticket offer. Okay. And it's because many of my clients are like me. You're really good at learning something, taking it and applying it. Okay. The only thing that you haven't realized yet is that you can trust yourself. Okay. And when you get to the point where you're ready for a high ticket, it's only because you want to get there faster, not because you don't know how to get there. You absolutely know how to get there. The clients that I work with absolutely know how to get there. There might be a couple of knowledge gaps that maybe you're missing, but you're the type of person that if there's a knowledge gap, you're going to find that knowledge gap and you're going to plug it, you're going to fill it, and you're going to move on. And so me versus other potential coaches and mentors that you might work with are like, I work with people who are going to be successful no matter what. You don't need my help. You want my help so you can fast track. And so because I know that, I position my offers differently. I have my high ticket offer for people who want to fast track, but I have plenty of courses and lower ticket offers. And so I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, a little bit of a rant, but that's the difference between low ticket, high ticket. You don't have to have just one or the other. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you have to do something one way. Not even me. But you do have to get to the point where you can trust yourself, because until you trust yourself, you're going to listen to this person, and then that person's going to tell you something different, and you're going to listen to them. And then this person's going to say, do this. And you're going to be like, oh, well, that might work. You have to get to the point where you trust yourself. Okay. And what that looks like is really just taking a moment to deep down inside, like, is this right for me? Do I see myself doing this consistently? This person's telling me I need to host live events. Do I see myself hosting live events consistently? If there's even a glimmer, then sure, go after it, because that maybe just means that you just need the confidence and you need to have that knowledge gap filled. But if you're like, I don't even like going to events, hello. The only thing I really like doing or I like going to retreats. And so that's why I have retreats built in my business. Okay. Hi, Rhoda. Glad to have you here. Okay, let me check this text message. Okay, it finally sent out to everyone. So I got it for myself 3 minutes ago, which we're 25 minutes into today's training. So, oh man, and it went into spam. It went into unknown senders. Gosh. All right. Side note. So that means I'm going to have to keep the other program that I have, because I definitely don't want that's the whole point. Like if it doesn't get delivered, what's the point, right? And if it doesn't get delivered on time, I need a Jimmy John's text, right? Okay. All right. So let me go back. I kind of went on a little tangent. So let me go back to here. If you're just joining, what I'm doing is I'm doing like a little mini preview of Funnel to Freedom. I'm not actually teaching the entire program. It is on sale right now. We're doing special pricing for it, but I'm just kind of walking you through a little bit of what we're covering as far as the $100 per day funnel, because I do already have a video on how to create $100 per day funnel. I should just use a different number. Okay. So the next step that you need from a webinar funnel is to actually have what's called an upsell funnel. Okay. So the way that an upsell funnel works is you have your free offer. So whatever your, let me just turn this off again. Okay. Whatever your free offer is, your freebie, I have several freebies. So if we go to LaTisha.tv/free. Okay. you'll see here on the page, it shows all of the free offers that I have right now. Okay, so I've got how I made 38K in 4 months from a $27 product, how I sold my first high ticket coaching package, free downloadable coaching package template, free 90-day marketing plan, and then a training from 0 to 65K in year 1 as a coach. So these are my current free offers. Sometimes I might remove one, I might add one, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you come here, you'll see the free offers. That's the front of the funnel. The front of the funnel is always whatever your free offer is. For some people, they have like a link, a button at the top of their website, right? So I do have another free offer right here. Join the training. That's a free offer. All right. So that's the start of your upsell funnel. And then on the next page, you are going to make an offer, a paid offer. So this is typically going to be something, I say under $100. The idea is that the pricing is not something that someone needs to really check their budget for. It's not something that someone needs to like, okay, I need to like really read this a lot because I'm about to spend, $200, $300 on this. The purpose of this upsell offer is, one, to determine how likely is this person, or how willing is this person to, is it willing? The purpose of this offer, the purpose of the upsell offer is to determine how much this person, like how strong is their desire? That's really it. Just keep it simple. How strong is this person's desire to get their problem solved? Okay. How strong is the desire, right? How willing, that's kind of where I was going with that. How strong is this person's desire to get their problem solved? If they're a 10 out of 10, they're going to buy that upsell offer because it matches the free offer and it speaks to them. It was like, hey, this is the free thing, but now you have the opportunity to get this problem solved. Here's the paid thing. Here's how much it is. That person's a 10 out of 10. That person should deserve the majority of your marketing efforts. You should pay attention to them more so than the person that just gave you their email address. Yay! I'm very excited to hear that, Wendy. That is awesome. You're finally starting to cover your ad costs. Yeah, we need to get on a success call and chat about it because I would love to hear more about that whole process. Very, very excited. Okay, so that person who made the purchase, now what we're doing with that person is we're going to send them a text right away that says thank you. And we're also going to try to get them scheduled in on a phone call. So here's how I did it. So we talked a little bit earlier about the introvert strategy or dilemma or whatever it is, right? So what I did was I committed to setting this system up for myself, and then I committed to outsourcing it. Okay. So I set up this system for myself. I set up the webinar funnel. I set up the upsell funnel, and I texted every person who purchased and I invited them to a phone call. Okay. And as I started going through that process, I realized what things needed to be changed, what things needed to be tweaked. And then I was able to bring on a salesperson. And I brought on a salesperson. I call them an enrollment coach, right? I brought on an enrollment coach, and they started taking on those calls and started booking clients into the high ticket offer, right? So once again, the low ticket offer is not the bread and butter. We're identifying who are our potential clients and who are most likely to take that action, who has the desire. So the person who makes that purchase, they're like a 10 out of 10. Like I want to be able to spend the majority of my marketing efforts and time towards that person. And then from there, the person who just signed up for the free offer, that's fine. We're not going to delete them from our email list or, like, you didn't pay right away. There's different types of people. Some people are like, I want to get this problem solved right now. Whatever you got, give it to me and I'll pay for it because I want to get this problem solved. Some people are like, well, I don't want to DIY. I want someone to actually help me with it. And I know that, I know for a fact that a $27 course is going to require me to sit down and do stuff myself, but I want to speak with someone, and that's fine. So just because they don't buy it doesn't mean that they don't still need help. Okay. So with that, this is what we're talking about right now. We're talking about funnel to freedom, F2F, funnel to freedom. Okay. So all that means to me, if someone didn't make a purchase, but they did download my free thing, is that they just need a little bit more encouragement to get to the next step. So I have a series of emails. I send a series of emails out, and in those emails, I'm encouraging them to go sign up for the webinar, right? The webinar is what tells them what I do, who I am, why they need help, why they should start now. Like, it creates the most compelling case. Now, at this point, I still haven't had any type of, like, this is all still automated. I haven't had to show up. I'm still asleep in my bed, right? I haven't had to do anything with the exception of set this up the first time. Okay. Thank you, Nancy. And so when we get to that point where all these pieces are automated, that's where the $100 per day funnel comes in, where it's actually exciting because you know that those purchases don't just mean a couple of dollars, that those purchases mean that you're bringing in potential clients at this higher tier level. You have the opportunity to engage with them, to chat with them, to encourage them to get on the phone with you. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the other. Actually, I can still. I was gonna cancel the account at the end of the month. I tried with the number; it's just not working. So, yeah, so sorry to hear that. Is the webinar free or is it the upsell product? No, the webinar is free. The webinar is always free. And anytime I use the word webinar in particular, I'm always talking about something free. So when you're doing your webinar for your services, that's like that's like the precursor to your free consult call. And that webinar is what covers everything that the person needs to know before they even get on the phone with you. Okay. So when they sign up for for whatever your free offer is, which it might be a PDF. Sometimes I have templates, toolkits, all sorts of stuff like this marketing plan. Like, let's say that I decided to create a freebie for Funnel to Freedom. I could give this out as a free offer. I would say, Funnel to Freedom marketing plan, download the marketing plan. It wouldn't really work on its own because it needs to be explained, especially with the spreadsheet. But this is a potential free offer. It doesn't necessarily have to be a video. You can do downloads, templates, all sorts of things. Okay. And then from there, if they don't purchase your upsell, that's fine. You're going to invite them to the webinar, and the webinar is free. The webinar is where you're making the case for your services. Okay. So now, and maybe I'll go to this one real quick because this is really, really powerful. Okay. This is what makes all of the funnels that I do work to create a multi six-figure business. Okay. We'll hit total revenue in the business. We'll hit $1 million before the year is out. Not for 2021, but like a cumulative. Okay. So clients may first enter your business at any of these levels, but with this Aspire model setup, you never have to wait, worry, or stress about when and where clients will come in. So this is what this looks like. Okay. Let's say that you only had 10 people per day or 300 people per month to come through this. Okay. 10 people per day is at $5, that's $50 a day for an ad. If they cost you $5 each, if they cost you $1 each, that's $10 a day, right? So this is all doable. Okay. If 30% of those people say yes to your low ticket offer, you're at $2,400. Okay. Then let's say you have a course, like a mid-ticket offer course. All right. And if 20% say yes, now you're at 1,700. Okay. And these are numbers that I made up, but when I made this up, they were fairly close to the numbers that I was doing at the time. Okay. And then let's say you have your high ticket offer, 3,500, only 10%. So that's 10% enroll. I don't know why. Let's see, 10%. Oh, I did the percentage, multiplied the percentages by each other. So it's around 6,300 in the month, right? Yeah, 10%. So one person at 3,500. And then if 2%, that's 2% multiplied, it's like $180. So once again, obviously you're not going to have a half a person or 2% of a person, but this is just what the numbers would shake out to from a spreadsheet perspective. Okay. And this is just with 10 per day. So that means that on average, you'll probably have like one person every other month or something like that in the 5K offer. But this is an example of what it would look like. Now, let's assume, we take out taxes, expenses, like you're taking home $7,000 just for yourself, just from 10 people per day into your funnel, where you have your low ticket offer set up, your mid ticket offer. The way that I set up the low ticket and mid ticket is the low ticket is immediate. So on the upsell, so you got your free offer, immediate upsell. So this comes in right away. This pays for your ad spend. Okay. If you're doing let's see, if it costs you $5 per email, that's $50 a day. So that's like $1,500 a month. And you're making right away $2,400. Okay. So you can afford to spend $5 per email address if you can convert 30% into $27. Okay. And then the way that I do the mid ticket is that I just sell it based on emails. So then the emails come up next. I have more than one funnel. Okay. So the funnel that I have my mid ticket offer in is very specific as to you're going to get the emails that are going to invite you to sign up for the mid ticket offer. And then if you don't take that offer, then you're going to go to the next email sequence, which essentially invites you to sign up for the webinar so you can get on a call. And you can bypass all of that by purchasing the low ticket, where you'll immediately get invited to a call. Remember, we want to pay more attention to the people who are most likely to convert. Okay. So that's essentially what that looks like. So this is all inside of Funnel to Freedom. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into it because it's actually inside the program and I explain it more. So it's hard. Like I can't really explain it all on this live stream. Okay. And then the rest of what happens in here is, we go through the website funnels. We go through how to actually set up the upsell funnel and what you need to make the upsell funnel work. I show you how to write a sales page. I go through email funnels. I even give you examples of emails, right? So the resource guide, I give you my 6-figure email marketing strategies, show you how to set up ConvertKit, Canva. I go through payment funnels, showing you ThriveCart, how I use ThriveCart, how to set it up. The Facebook, Instagram ad, I don't do click by click how to set up an ad. It changes. Facebook will teach you how to do that, but I give you the mindset behind it, which looks like how Wendy's actually able to cover her ad costs. I didn't show her how to click by click set up an ad, but I did say, here's a little walkthrough and here's sample ads and why I think they work. And then here's the process of doing that. Then we go over text funnels. I go to the funnel automation walkthrough, all this stuff. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite programs. Like I said, because learning once you learn how funnels work and you know how to do it for your business, you can sell whatever it is. Like, I don't care if it's a $10,000 program. I started selling a $10,000 program, pay in full, no payment plan. And I was able to do it. Why? Because I have funnels that are bringing in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And if you would you can't tell me that you can't if I give you 5,000 people in the span of a month, you're telling me that you can't get one person to sign up for a $10,000 coaching package that you have, then something else is wrong with your marketing. Okay. Because based on the law of averages, the law of percentages, and just marketing laws, there's a percentage of people who are going to say yes. If you've got the marketing right, you got the messaging right. So this was what opened everything up for me, was realizing I was like, I just don't have enough people. Like, there's just not enough people walking through the door for me to make my offer. Like today I had 2 people added to my list, for example, is what I was saying at the time. I was like, oh, I only had 2 people added to my list today. If I have 2 people, that means that if both of them say no, like you need a 50-50 chance just to make a sale with that. But imagine if you had 500 people and you only need 1, right? What's 1 out of 500? 1 divided by 500 is, that's like 0.2%. Now you only need 0.2%. So you're telling me that you can't get 0.2% of people to say yes? then there's a different problem with your marketing. So when we're talking about how to create a $100 per day funnel, this $100 per day funnel is really just so you can build your audience and bring people in consistently. So you're not like, shaking a coin in a cup to just the people who are walking by. Like you're building your own stadium. That's what I want you to do. I want you to be able to build your own stadium. Okay, questions. What would be a good educational freebie? It depends. Depends on a lot of offers, a lot of things. Educational meaning, are you in the education field? Educational meaning you want to educate people. So I can't answer that question without more details. I can give a couple of different examples. So let's say that I were an educator, right? So let's assume I'm a teacher and I want to help teachers to create lesson plans. I might do a sample lesson plan. That's a great freebie for a teacher. Okay. If I want to create something educational, then I might do a little video training and show some slides in it. So I hope that helps. Other questions? Are we all ready to go build our funnels? Oh, if you can get to, if you're interested in signing up for Funnel to Freedom, like I said, it's on sale right now and it's open for enrollment. You can go to LaTisha.tv/F2F, the number 2, LaTisha.tv F2F, and that's going to take you directly to there. The coupon code is going to be automatically applied, so you'll be able to sign up for it right away. Dion says, is there a way to sell high ticket products without a one-on-one sales phone call? Yep. I've done it several times. And I actually also teach it in my program. It's called Selling Over Messenger. That's the workshop that I created for it. It covers how to have that conversation because you're doing asynchronous communication, meaning I type something, then I have to wait for you to respond, and then I have to respond, versus a sales call, which is considered synchronous communication because we're literally talking to each other on the phone. But 100% is possible to do. So I've sold, I'm not even going to, I sold over Messenger. I sold a lot over Messenger, multiple 5 figures over Messenger. Hey, Courtney. Yep. Let's go build those funnels. Yes, yes, yes. You are very welcome. All right. Other questions? Courtney says, I definitely recommend Funnel to Freedom. Don't delay on getting that one. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it is one of my favorite programs. When I first created it, it was just a one. This is usually how things happen, but it was just like a 1-class workshop. It's more of a master class. And then I went back through this past year and I re-released it. And that's when I added like everything I do for my funnels. So if you're wondering like, oh, like, how do I, like, what words do I put on my landing page? It's taught in there. If you're like, oh, well, what emails do I send and how many emails do I send and all that, it's in there. And I even show you examples of emails. If you're trying to figure out, okay, how can I, maximize the sales that are coming in? I cover text message funnels. How to actually set up the purchase page. I show you how to use ThriveCard, like all these things. And I'll walk you through it. And also the mindset of it all, like the high level strategy, because anybody can build a funnel. You can go hire someone on Upwork to build a funnel for you. You can hire someone on Fiverr, but do they know what words to put on the page? Do they know what to say that's going to actually compel people? Do they know what to pay attention to? And that's what you need to learn. And that's what's inside of Funnel to Freedom. Yeah, you just got my text. Yeah, this is. So I'm going to go back to the other, service because it's just not, so if you log into Funnel to Freedom and you see the text message service that I use, that's the one that I've been using and the one that actually works. The one that I'm sending from right now is giving me a hard time. And that's all I'll say about that. because the text messages are not going out on time. So I will give you guys a heads up, and then I'm going to close it out here. The reason why I recommend and do text message marketing is because emails they're going into like this huge folder of potential emails, and they're not getting opened as much. With email, you can write as long as you want. With a text message, you have to be short, direct, clear, and to the point. And so with that said, text messages get opened much more. Now, at the same time, you can't abuse your texting privileges, because there are a lot of laws to protect, especially here in the US, to protect text messages. You have to be able to unsubscribe someone if they reply stop, et cetera, et cetera. So with that said, when I started using text messages in my business and I saw the power of it, I was like, oh, I need to build this list as much as possible. I did my very first flash sale, and I sent a text out to all my subscribers. I think I had like 90 something subscribers at the time. So it's like less than 100. And I generated like $200. Now at the time, I think I was spending like $150 or $100 a month on the service. So for me to see like, wow, it literally pays for itself right away, it was a no-brainer. Now my list is fairly large. I'm up to around 4,400 text message subscribers. And the cost just seems so high. But the service that I use, like, it works. And this new service that I'm trying to move to, that's a little bit cheaper, it's not necessarily working the way that I want it to. But that's another story for another day. Okay. I think you asked the same question on YouTube and Facebook. I answered it earlier, and I still would need more information to be able to answer that question. Is the intention then to spend $100 per day on the funnel to get rapid growth engagement? That's a great question, Nancy. So here's how I would structure the investment in ads. The very first thing that I would do is I would set up a 50, well, okay, let me do it the way that I did it when I started. The very first thing that I would do is I would set up an ad for $12 a day, and I would focus on conversions for the email. Okay. So what we would do is a complete registration, right? And so all I'm doing there is I want to see how much it's costing me to get an email address first. So let's assume that after I do that process, it's $12 a day. It's costing me $2 per email. Okay. So now I know, okay, on average, I'm getting about 6 people per day to come through my funnel. Then from there, I would suggest exactly what I did, which is bumping it up. So double it and go to $24 a day. You should still get around 12 people to come in. You shouldn't see too much erosion of your ROI at that point. At that $24 a day point, I should see at least 1 sale per day. Okay. So if you're not getting around 1 sale per day, then I wouldn't recommend increasing from there, because your low ticket offer is somewhere around 27 is what I recommend, like somewhere around $27. So that like $20 to $30 mark. And, maybe you have a checkbox offer, maybe the funnel is longer, but we're not even worried about that right now. First, we're like, can we at least get one person to say yes, spending $24 a day? So if you can get to $24 a day and get 1 sale per day, then I would jump it to $100 per day. When you get to $100 per day, your stats might erode just a little bit. But surprise, surprise, when you have one campaign that's spending $100 a day, you actually get priority over other campaigns that are spending $20, $12, $5 a day. So Facebook spends, this is just the way that they do it, and they've talked about it already. They spend the top tier ad budgets, and they cherry pick the best people, right? So when that person opens their Facebook or Instagram account and scrolls through, that number 1 ad is going to be the one that's the most relevant, and also whichever one has the most money behind it, because they don't want to go to an advertiser who's spending $10,000 a day and saying, we can't spend your budget. They want all that money. So they're going to try to spend out all those budgets. Then they're going to get to the people who are spending, $1,000 a day, $500 a day. Then they're going to come to your $100 a day people. And then at the very end, they're like, okay, let's seed in these $12 a day, $5 a day, because that's like pennies to them. Okay. So once you get to the $100 a day, you actually get into like kind of like the next tier, and you actually get better results, believe it or not. Your stats still might erode just a little bit because now you have a wider audience, but you should still be earning back your investment. And what I started seeing was people were buying. I had people who were making bigger purchases. So they were buying like the entire funnel. Then from there, and I do campaign budget optimization. I don't do ad set because I don't want to have to play around with like, oh, this one's working, this one's not working. I just do campaign budget. And so then I would just jump it from 100 to 200. And then, like I said, the latest I did was bump it to 550. And there was some erosion, but then it was like, it just started hitting. Okay. Does the coaching niche matter for Funnel to Freedom? It does not. So most of the trainings that I do, all the trainings I do are coaching agnostic. Doesn't matter what type of coach you are. I help you with your marketing. So I'm a marketing consultant. I'm not teaching people how to be a better mindset coach or fitness coach or health coach. I'm teaching you how to get your message out there, how to market so that you can bring in the clients that you want to help and change their lives. All right. Okay, great. Well, that is what I have for today. I don't see any other questions. I see just some conversations going on, which is wonderful. Love seeing you guys sort of help each other out. I do broadcast every single Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll be in Vegas in 2 weeks, so I won't be broadcasting that weekend. I will be at Worlds. This is the 2016 shirt. I will be at the WBFF Worlds competition. It's like the Super Bowl for fitness models. Yeah, that's like a great visual. It's the Super Bowl for fitness modeling. And so I'm very excited to see the pros compete, the amateurs compete. And there's the fitness category, there's figure, there's bikini category, there's the male modeling. They have a kids category. And it's all focused on modeling. That's the federation that I am a member of as well. I still compete as an amateur, but I will be getting my pro card very, very soon. If I can stop eating this custard that's down the street, then I'll be good. All right, awesome. So thank you so much for joining. Yes, if you came in late or if you missed any of it, all you got to do is scrub backwards and catch the replay. You can fast forward the first 5 minutes while I get warmed up and get into my topic. If you have, let me see if I wrote an outro. Thanks for joining me on today's free training. If you want even more, go explore my YouTube channel at LaTisha Styles. While you're there, subscribe, tap that bell for notifications. Until next time, remember that your dreams deserve your decision and you deserve to achieve your dreams, but only if you decide to do whatever it takes to get them. So go, dream, decide, do, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah, Toronto. I'll be out there soon.